guys, welcome back to the Gamers Addict Show. Episode 5, the fastest thing alive. And now, I'm here to present to you Bogy's Corner!
Alright guys, we are back here again.
That's right.
Another episode. Episode number 5. What's up? The one-man band here in the house.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Well, listen, very excited here to be with you guys one more time and gonna present you guys a game that you guys have that wasn't funny, but a game that you guys have definitely heard about. Donkey Kong. Who here has played Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Raise those hands. Oh, no raising hands back there? Okay, that's fine. Okay.
It's all like Donkey Kong, baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, and gaming fanatics, welcome to Bogy's Corner!
Yeah.
So what is Bogy's Corner about? Let me just give you a quick meaning of it, because I have a lot of stuff here to cover.
Nice.
So Bogy's Corner is my experiences. Let me tell you something, I'm just a casual gamer. Since the 80s, my first game was Pac-Man, and I'm not as experienced as a lot of these guys, but I do have a passion when I do play something. So I'm here to go ahead and share with you guys Donkey Kong. Now, if you guys have been following the games that I've been talking about, I'm going by decade. So I did start off with Pac-Man in the 80s, then I went 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Now I'm going back to the 80s. So that's game there is Donkey Kong. So here's a few details about Donkey Kong for those that might not know. So Donkey Kong came out in July 9th, 1981. So in 2 months, it's gonna be 37 years old.
Wow.
And he's looking good, right?
You're talking about this game right here?
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow.
Yep, July 9th, 1981, so he'll be 37 years old. The genre is action-adventure. The designer, Shigeru Miyamoto, and you might have heard that name before because he has created a lot of characters for Nintendo. The platforms, all gaming systems, including PC, and also arcade. How many video games today can say they've been on arcades? Not too many.
Not too many.
Not too many. The platform, okay, the mode, single player or multiplayer. Now let me give you a little storyline on what exactly this game is about. And let me go ahead and play this here, and some of you guys might remember the beginning of Donkey Kong. Once you put that quarter in, how it sounds. Who's that?
Wow.
Donkey Kong, right?
Travis Berman says that game and watch is my first system I ever played.
There you go. So now, here's the storyline behind it. Jumpman has a pet ape called Donkey Kong. Now, Jumpman has mistreated Donkey Kong. So the ape escapes from Jumpman and kidnaps his girlfriend. We know the girlfriend as Lady, but we're going to talk about what her actual name is later on. Now, Jumpman must ascend a construction site while avoiding obstacles like barrels and fireballs to rescue his girlfriend from the evil Donkey Kong. Now, just to mention this, Donkey Kong, this is the only time that he was an evil character, because after that he was a good guy, right? Protagonist.
Right.
So that's pretty much the storyline, the plot on playing this game. Now let's talk about some of the main characters here for Donkey Kong. You have Donkey Kong, right? So he's the bad guy. You have the lady. Does anybody know the lady's actual name? AKA what? Anyone?
I know that. Pauline.
Yes, Pauline. So the lady is called Pauline. And then of course you have Jumpman, who is AKA Mario, yeah. And we're gonna get a little more in depth into this name because he actually had a few more names before Jumpman, believe it or not. Now some other characters, can anybody name any other characters from the Donkey Kong series?
Captain Boat.
Negative. Anyone else? Diddy Kong. Who else? Dixie Kong. Who else? Grandpa Kong. Okay, Cranky, yeah. Alright, so here's some other Donkey Kong Jr. There is Player 1 Kong, 24/7 Kong, Kiki Kong, Ricard Kong, and one man band Kong. Yeah. You guys definitely need to get that 2018 game because that's all those characters already.
Yeah, buddy.
Alright. So some notable achievements. In the 1980s, it was one of the best-selling arcades out there. From 97 to 98, Donkey Kong came out with a show called Donkey Kong Country. And this was a sort of Saturday morning cartoon. It actually aired in the US and in France. It had 2 seasons and about 40 episodes for it. Yeah, it lasted for a while.
Yeah. Can I watch it somewhere if I want to see it?
Hey, YouTube has everything.
Probably YouTube.
YouTube?
Probably even the real identity of Player One. Okay, now let's jump over to 2015. So Donkey Kong makes his film debut in the movie Pixels. Yes, and he really looked great in there. You remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, even Pac-Man, you know, they really made them look good and really to the character. Then in 2018, Donkey Kong franchise has sold over 56 million units. Of course, we're talking about the whole franchise, the whole series. That's a hell of a lot of games. That's right. Now let's talk about some bonus fun facts and did you know and rumors. Here's Bogy fact. Number 1, first ever appearance of Jumpman, aka Mario. So this is the first time that Mario appeared, but he was known as Jumpman. Bogy fact. Donkey Kong has created spin-off games like the Mario series and a lot of other ones. Bogy fact. The creation of Mario. Now this was interesting because of the technology then. Mario was given a mustache because the resolution did not allow a space in between his nose and his lip. So they had to put a mustache there to cover it. Also, Mario was given a hat because again, the technology at that time does not show wavy hair, so they had to throw a hat on him. So there you go, and a little bit on the creation of Mario. Now, Bogy fact, another Bogy fact. Originally, it was going to be a Popeye game, and this is what Miyamoto actually wanted. But unfortunately, the licensing rights, they could not get it. But his original vision was that who do you think from Popeye was gonna be the bad guy? Bluto. So he would have been the King Kong, right? Then the Donkey Kong. Then the lady or Pauline would have been Olive Oil, yeah. And then of course the Jumpman would have been
Player One.
Negative. Popeye the Sailor Man. So you know that was his original idea, but you know what? Thank goodness it didn't go through because now we have what we know as Donkey Kong. All right, let's see what else we got. So let's talk about his original name, Donkey Kong in Japanese. Donkey it represents stubborn. So now Miyamoto was trying to look for a name that represented a stubborn ape. So he came up with Donkey, and then Kong is ape. So that's how he came up with Donkey Kong. Very interesting. Now let's talk about, there's a very, we're not going to call him famous, we're going to call him more like infamous player out there since the 80s. And his name is Billy Mitchell. Have you guys ever heard of Billy Mitchell?
Yes, we have.
Okay. Well, he's been in with arcade games since the 80s. He was a teenager back then, and he set a lot of records. Now, over the decades, there was a lot of questioning on some of the scores that he received. So here's some achievements that he had. He was the first one to get the highest possible score in Pac-Man. It was a perfect score that he got, and that was in 1999, so it wasn't easy. Let me go ahead and let's play a little more music here. And he also had the first one to have the highest record for Miss Pac-Man, Burger Time, and Centipede. So I mean, he was a monster. Yeah. You know, he was really into the gaming since he was a young kid.
Ian Scott says cheater caught.
Oh yeah.
Impossible Donkey Kong score.
Oh yeah. Now, let's see. So Billy Mitchell has appeared in a film, and you could check it out. You could probably find it in YouTube. It's called The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters. Now, so this came out when there was another player that was also trying to get the high score and beat Billy Mitchell. But Billy Mitchell, you know, he had his conniving, cheating ways. Yeah. And of course, eventually everything came to light. Because the Guinness Book of World Records, due to these accusations, took out all his scores, and as of April of 2018, he's been banned from the record books.
Wow.
So yeah, no, this was a really big deal, and there were a lot of gamers in the last few decades that always had suspicion on how he would acquire some of these scores.
Right. I heard he was associated with Twin Galaxies.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and actually, Twin Galaxies is a gaming place that the Guinness Book of World Records they tapped on the shoulder back in the 80s, and they say, you know what, we want you to be the place that holds records for video game high scores. Twin Galaxies, is also a big part of the gaming world out there.
How did he cheat?
How did he cheat? They said that he used a MAME, one of those, I guess, gaming
emulator.
Like an emulator that plays the game for you. And because he would submit tapes sometimes, and then of course I guess there was some editing or some stitching he would put together, and people started asking questions and really studying the film and the videos, and eventually he got caught.
Wow.
He got caught. I mean, and there were a few interviews that he had, and he would actually deny that he ever used any emulators or any other way of getting his scores. Yeah. So a very interesting story. Actually, there's quite a few videos out there on YouTube that you can check out that kind of has a timeline and history on this guy. I mean, he really tried to pull a fast one. And you can imagine a lot of the other players that were legitimately getting high scores, they would get bumped because he would come right after with a score 1,000 points more or 100,000 points more. So there's this one particular guy, I don't have his name right now, but for 10 years he was like chasing his high score, but this guy was using his drastic ways. All right, how we doing with time?
We're good.
Ooh,
we're good.
That's it? Oh
we're
my
good.
God.
No, we're good.
Okay, so I want to watch a quick video here. So if you can go ahead and set that up for us.
Of course.
This is actual a live video of Donkey Kong.
This handsome guy.
Oh, I don't know. It must be player 2. I guess all the players are players. Player.
Here we go.
All right. So let me mention this real quick. So there's this guy on YouTube. He has his page. My name is Banks.com. He does a lot of graphic and has a lot of really great effects of videos that he's done. So he went ahead, I just jumped about halfway through, we don't need to see the whole thing, but we'll see about 30 seconds of this so you can get an idea. He did a phenomenal job of capturing as in live the Donkey Kong and the way it's played. So take it away, player 1. Volume. Bump it up. Looks good, huh? Thanks. Really gives you a great feel for the game, for sure does. Oh, who is that? Face to face. Oh, the man himself, the man of the hour. Pauline, pobrecita. All right, you can pause it. We can watch a little more of it later on. Of course. All right, so again, you guys can catch this video on YouTube. You can type in "My name is Bank" and see the whole video. Again, it looks amazing, as if you just dropped a quarter and seen this in live action. All right. So what we have now, and nobody look here at my screen, so you guys can participate. I have a round here called the Bogy Bonus Bragging Rights Battle Trivia. So anybody can join, not only online, but the people that are here participate can participate. So, question number 1. Who is the first villain in Nintendo? First?
Bowser.
The first villain in Nintendo.
Donkey Kong.
Yes, Donkey Kong. Very good. Good job. Hey, this is what you get. All right. Next question. What is the only thing that Donkey Kong wears?
A tie.
A tie. Since what year?
1981?
Huh? No.
1994?
1994. It's
No,
right
I'm
there.
looking right at
Okay, good.
That doesn't count.
All right. The Donkey Kong game and its plot was inspired by what famous movie of the 1930s? King Kong, 1933. Very good. Wow, these questions are really hard. Mario is known as a plumber, right? But what was his job when he was in the original Donkey Kong? A hunter, B, a butcher, or C, a carpenter?
Carpenter.
Very good. All right. How many Donkey Kong games have come out between 1981 and 2018? Approximately. Huh?
138.
58.
Closer, about 41.
Uh-huh.
About 41 approximately have come out between 81 and 2018. Let's see. Donkey Kong video game movements are based on what animal? A, gorillas, B, horses, or C, hippo?
A.
What are Donkey Kong's video game movements based on which animal?
A.
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
Horses? Any answer?
I'm gonna go with the hippo.
Okay, the answer is B, horses. So actually the team that did Donkey Kong, they actually went to a zoo and they studied the gorilla and saw his movements, which was just chilling and eating. So it was more the horses. The horses kind of had more movements, and they kind of used that as a platform for Donkey Kong's movements in the video game. What is Mario's full name? And no cheating, because I see your glasses, sucker.
It's Sammy.
Huh?
It's Sammy.
Wait, let's ask our viewers.
No.
Wow.
Whoa!
I really wanted to answer that.
They said,
what-
me.
Whoa.
I'm here.
So what is Mario's full name?
Something got glitched. Mario's full name is.
Anybody? Anybody out there?
What is Mario's full name?
Mario?
Oh, Mario by Ian Scott.
Very good. Yes, Mario. You knew that too?
Yeah, actually, because I've heard.
Very good. So yeah, so Mario, so Luigi is Luigi Mario and Mario.
Interesting.
Yeah, very
And
very creative.
Bogy.
Yeah. What was Mario, aka Jumpman, original name? So we're talking about before he was called Jumpman.
Who is this again?
Mario, aka Jumpman. What was the name he was called before he was called Jumpman? Player one? No.
That should be the answer.
The answer is, he used to be called before Jumpman, Mr. Video. Miyamoto.
Mr. Video.
Mr. Video. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, thank goodness that he didn't stick with that name, because it would have been very boring. You know, that probably wouldn't have lasted too long. You know, because name and character is everything. And if they don't mesh, who knows where he would have been.
Okay.
Let's get a little more in depth. What was Mario called even before Mr. Video? Anybody out there?
What was Mario called before Mr. Video?
Even Mr. Video. He was called Genius Handsome One from the Japanese word Bogy. Yes, Genius Handsome One.
Travis Berman says Plumber Butt.
No, they never got to that name. So yeah, so that is those are the various names that Mario had even before being called Mario.
He says also fetus.
All right, now he's trying to reach out a little bit too much. All right, guys. So this is the end here of this segment of Bogy's Corner, talking about Donkey Kong. I really hope you enjoyed it and you learned just a little bit more than what you might have. And it was fun for me because it kind of brought me down to memory lane. I remember those days when I was throwing my quarters in those machines and having a good time and not making it past like the second or third screen, but that was okay. It was just a lot of fun, and you know, anybody could just pick up the game and you know, jump a few times. So that was a lot of fun for me to bring it to you guys. All right, guys. Well, this is your boy Captain Bogy here, ending this segment of Bogy's Corner. Enough said.
Game over.